Hi guys, so this is going to be a video about how I'm going to organize and store my breast milk into my new deep freezer. I think this is the perfect time for me to well organize it so that way I make sure to use, I'm going to start using the frozen milk, the old milk, and pumping and storing what I pump now instead of using what I pump and just keep storing it. This way it is never old. No milk is ever old. It's kind of always fresh. In the deep freezer it is good for 1 year, and in our regular freezer it's good for 6 months. So Avery is 2 months old and my regular freezer is jam-packed, so we bought a deep freezer and now I'm gonna organize it and set it up. So I'm gonna bring you guys along, so if you're interested, keep watching. So the first step obviously is to pump milk, and this is me not pumping all night, and this is what I got this morning. And so from here I have a little basket in my fridge here, and this is what I pumped last. So you can't mix it in the refrigerator until they're both at the same temperature. So I put this in last, and this was like just extra. I didn't want to toss it when I had all these. So what I'll do now is I can mix this into this, and then these two I have to put separate, and the next time I pump I can mix this with the other stuff. You have to bring it to the same temperature in order to mix it. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to put this little bit into here, and then I am going to make a bottle out of this because she's going to eat soon, and I haven't defrosted any milk yet as I'm just starting now. So I am going to make a bottle out of this and then store the rest. Then with these once I kind of get enough here, I will put them into the storage bags, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay guys, so I'm just going to show you some of the essentials that I've used. Obviously I use these Lansano storage bags, and so far I've liked them, but when I do defrost the milk I do put it in like a measuring cup, and I put it in there so that if it does leak out, because it's happened to me once where it leaked, then it'll be in the measuring cup. It won't leak out into everything else. That's just a little tip that I've used, but it only happened once. So, and I got this at the dollar section at Target. I think it was $3, and this is what I'm going to use to put the old milk, like the milk that I'm going to defrost. So I'm gonna put on here old. So this is gonna be like right now when I do all this organizing, my oldest milk that I have, I'm just gonna fill this up with it and leave this in my upstairs freezer. Then this I'm gonna put new, and I am going to, once I freeze the individual bags, once they're frozen, I'll put it in here. Then once this is full, I will put this into a Ziploc bag. Actually, let me get the Ziploc bags to show you. And I got these at the dollar store just because I want to try them out in size and see if I like them, and then I will go buy, like, you know, the regular brand ones. But these are the storage freezer bags, and they this is the size 2.5 gallon, so it's like the biggest bag you can get. So here is where it's going to be the old milk that I'm going to be using, and then this is going to be the new stuff that I freeze. Once it's frozen flat, I will put it in here. Once this is full, I will put it into this bag and then transfer it down to the deep freezer. And I'm going to kind of show you that process with all the milk that I currently already have, which this is it, excuse the food, but this is kind of the system I have now. So the oldest milk is kind of in the back and all that, so I have to kind of organize this. This is how I try to take out as much as the air as possible without, you know, spilling milk. So, but I still have a few air bubbles, but that's okay. So I put it on this cutting board. This is for now because I still have all my milk in the fridge, but once the fridge is empty, I can maybe just put it on top of here to freeze flat and then put it inside. I don't know. So then I kind of just do this and then just freeze it flat, wait for them to freeze. So I will just put this right now, since I don't have that much room. I'll just find room and put it on top to freeze, and then I'm gonna start taking all this out so that I can organize it. So this is how I freeze them flat. And then I use this little thing. This was what was full of the bottles, and now it's empty. Well, there's one in the fridge I'm gonna put in here. Okay, so this is a little harder than I thought, because alright, so this is how I've packed them, but I think these bags are definitely not the best, the dollar store ones. So I'm just going to use them for now, but I am going to buy better ones so I can pack it different. So there's 24 bags in here. I put the date, the oldest one in here is from 8/3 to 8/15. I did this one first, and then I found newer ones, so I had to go back. So I just put a 1, so it's easier to just see that. There's 24 bags in there. And then this one, I still have more to do, but... So these are the oldest I have right here. So these are going to be the ones I'm going to use. And then these are the ones I just showed you guys. I put them in there real quick just because I'm trying to organize this. And then all this stuff up here, I still have to put into these big bags. But I'm about to go put these 2 downstairs in the freezer so that they don't melt while I'm doing the rest of them. And I have little Miss Avery with me. So this is kind of how I'm going to do it for now. Because I couldn't write on the bag, so I just did this. But yeah, I definitely had to think this out a little better, but I definitely recommend the big numbers because you can just see them and it'll be easier to just, okay, you know, now when this milk finishes, I can go get the 1 and then the 2 and then, you know, whatever. And I am keeping track over here also of what's in bag 1. You can't see that. The dates, how many bags and all that, so when I finish putting them all in the freezer, I know how many ounces I have in there. So I'm gonna go put these downstairs to show you guys. Okay guys, I changed up my method a little, and I think I'm even gonna change it up more, but this is just for now. So I left them in these bags. So this is all of July. All of these are the rest of July, and upstairs I have all the other Julys, like the newer July, the older Julys, and then this is what comes after. And then so once what I have upstairs is finished, then I'll get it from here. So I just left it in this little thing, and there's about 15 in there. So that's all July. Then from here I start with this bag, which just 11 fit in these bags, so that's why I want to change up the system. But you see I have from 8/1 to 8/3 and this is 1 bag, and these are 11 bags of 6 ounces each. So in just 3 days I pumped 11 bags. And then so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these all have 11 bags inside each. So when I'm done with this, I'll put this one up here so I know that it's next, and just kind of rotate them up. But I think that I want to start doing, I want to buy a whole bunch of these. I'm going to bring these upstairs because I have the rest that I pumped today to fill this up, and then I'll put them into a bag. So I think I want to buy all of these instead of bags and put them in there, but I'll let you guys know before this video is over. So this is kind of how we're storing it right now, you know, just by date, and I think it really helps to have that number, and it all fits here kind of perfectly, and I'll just kind of keep having to rotate it, and I'll show you guys what upstairs looks like. Okay guys, so now this is how my freezer looks. So this is the oldest milk from July, and this is the newest milk, the 5 that I had from downstairs from this is September, and then the ones that I showed you earlier that I was freezing, I already have them in there. So once this gets full, then I will take it downstairs and store it, and then once this gets empty, I'll take the ones from the tray that I showed you on top, and I'll fill this in there. So this is how I'm doing it for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to change to all bins instead of bags. I think bags are cheaper and they're easier to dispose of after, but we'll see how it goes. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.